Good morning. Okay, we'll make a start and hopefully we might have some more students joining us. But it is after 9 now, so let's make a start. So today we are looking at organising writing for different purposes. By the end of the session, you must be able to state what clear, concise and precise writing is, know the different formats for different document types, plan your writing and proofread your work. And you should be able to try and use clear, concise and precise writing, know how much detail to use and know typical lengths of certain documents. And you could be able to employ all of the above to achieve high quality of clarity and format. So when you do your writing assessment, you will be assessed on your ability to communicate information, ideas and opinions clearly, coherently and effectively, and write text of an appropriate level of detail and of appropriate length to meet the needs and purpose of the audience. So today we're looking at the different text types that you might be asked to write during your assessment. So what do you need to know? So for the level 2 assessment, you'll be required to organise your writing correctly according to the purpose of the text. So the text type. So we know what features are used in text types, but what do they look like? So we're going to have a look at the different text types. And we've already thought about these different text types and what they might include. So today we're seeing if we can recognise those and the features. So I'm going to show you some examples of text types which just list the features rather than the text type itself. It's just a model showing the features, and I'd like you to tell me what text type it is. So you'll be choosing from this list: letter, email, review, manual, report, article or advert. So I want you to have a look at this text type for a moment and think about which of those in the list this is. So I'll just give you a moment so everybody's got some time to think about it, and then we'll talk about which one it is. Okay, does anyone want to tell us what they think? So does this look like the features of a letter? So you can unmute yourself to contribute. So do you think this shows the features of a letter? So if we're not sure, then we need to eliminate the ones we know it isn't. So what do people think? So we've got, these are the choices: letter, email, review, manual. Just write it in the chat because someone's written something. I can unmute you, but you can unmute yourselves as well. I mute on entry with the sessions just because sometimes people forget, and if they join and we've already started, we get a lot of background noise. But although you're muted on entry, you can just click on the little microphone and unmute yourself. Okay, so just hold on one moment, something's happened with that. So we've got a title, we've got numbered steps in this written document, and a list of items that we will need. So which one of those text types or document types do you think this would be? So in a letter, would we have numbered steps and a list of items needed?
No.
No, so it's not a letter. What about an email?
No.
If we were reviewing a book, a film, an event, would we have numbered steps of things we need to do?
Yes.
In a review, so would we say, first you need to do this, step 2, you need to do the following?
Oh,
not in a review, because a review is telling us what he thinks about a book, a film, an event. What about a manual? So a manual could be for building some furniture. It could be for making
yeah.
It could be a recipe.
I think manual is okay.
Yeah, so good. It's a manual. So we're going to show you an example. So if we look at this recipe, we've got the title. In a recipe, the list of items is called ingredients, or sometimes in other manuals, it might be what equipment or what you will need. And then we have the numbered steps of what we need to do. So that's a recipe. Okay, so what type of written document is this one? So have a look at the features. We've got an addressee, so who the letter's for, and the address of the writer.
Letter.
Yeah, good. It's the letter. So that just tells us what's included in the letter. If it's a professional letter rather than a letter to a friend, then often it will have a topic, like a title to the letter. If you've ever had an appointment letter for a health appointment, perhaps from a hospital, they usually put the title of what it's regarding in. That most people might be familiar with seeing something like that. I'm just going to show you an example. So here we can see that's the letter topic there. We've got the addressee, the address of the writer, and the content of the letter, and it's signed off at the end. This letter doesn't have a salutation, but I think that's because the content of the letter is very general. I think it's sent to residents in an area, so it's not addressed to one particular person. But if you were asked to write a letter in your assessment, you should always have the salutation, because that will show that you know that feature should be included.
Okay.
So here we've got a title, an introductory paragraph, subheading, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and a concluding paragraph. So what do you think this one would be? Or could it be more than one of them, if you're not sure?
A review.
A review, let's have a look. So this one's a report, but and it says it could be an article. I understand why you think a review, but we'll have a look at that in a moment, a review, and you might see the difference then, hopefully. You'll see some additional features that are included in a review, but this one's a report, and I'm going to show you.
I will say a report.
Yeah, report. So I'll show you an example. So we've got the title there, an introductory paragraph. We've got subheadings and paragraphs for each subheadings and a conclusion. So that's just an example of a report. Right, so Olabisi, you're still muted. Right, I'm not sure why that is. Let me have a look for you.
No, I'm okay now. I'm okay.
You're okay now. Sorry, I just saw there was a message in the chat. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Okay. So let's go back to our session. Good. So, okay. So remember, we've got what it could be here underneath the title of this slide. So, is this a letter, email, review, manual, report, article, or advert? Got a big heading, got sidebars, text, contact information, and subheadings. So which one do you think that could be?
It could be an advert.
An advert, good. So large headline, so big heading to catch people's eye, and additional information is included. So I think I've got an advert to show you. There we go. So we've got a big heading there, Christmas fair. We've got information about the time and place. There's different, it's not literally in a box, but you know, different fonts and so on are equivalent to text boxes. We've got an image, and sorry, my computer's just having lots of pop-ups for some reason. Let me just get rid of them. And then we've got contact information here, and we've also got web addresses and so on there. So that's just an example of an advert. So again, what type of document is this? So we've already seen examples of some of them, so we can rule those out.
An article.
So similar to an article or report, but this one, it is actually a review. I'm just going to mention here, as I said previously, it has similar format to a report or even an article, but it will have a rating. So in a review of a book, an event, TV show, they will, more often than not, they'll give a rating. So they might say how many stars out of 5, or, you know, give it a number out of 10. And that will be a clue that it is a review. And also, if you are asked to write that, then that's something you should include to show that you know the features, to include a rating. So if I just show you an example, okay, so there's a review here of a concert. So we've got the heading there, we've got some additional information underneath, and then we've got our paragraphs. So different reviews will have different numbers of paragraphs talking about in this case an event, a concert, what was featured, giving opinions about what they think, and then finally a concluding paragraph. Okay, and there's actually an additional some information about where you can see the event on this as well. The rating on this review is at the top, but they've used a star system, 3 out of 5. So there's that feature that shows us it's a review rather than just an article. It's got a rating system. Okay, so a much shorter session today in terms of what we've been looking at, but for the quiz, I'm going to give you a bit of time to look at this, and perhaps if you can make a note, or if you find it easy to just remember, I'm going to give you a minute or two to look at this and decide what order the different parts should go in. So we've got a sign off here, we've got a title, address, addressee, sender address, and some content here, a paragraph. So what order should they go in? What text type is this from the information we've got there?
There's a letter.
It's a letter. So I just want you to think about what order it should go in, and then we will we'll give everybody a bit of time to think about that. And then I'll just ask you to tell me what order it should go in. So just spend a few minutes looking at it and think about what order. Okay, so what do we think should come first?
Addressing.
Good, the addressee and the sender's address, good. And then what will come next?
Date.
The date, good. Followed by?
The festival.
Yep.
The festival, yeah.
That's the topic.
Yeah.
Then
the body of the letter.
body.
Excellent. The body of the letter, that short paragraph there.
Yeah.
And finally,
Yours faithfully.
Yeah, yours faithfully, the sign off. What's missing from this letter that you should include if you're asked to write a letter? So just have a look at the. So what should you include at the start of a letter?
Salutation.
Yeah, so you need the salutation, who it's to, and it's missing from that one, but I would advise that you would include that to show that you know that should be part of a letter. Okay, so the next one again, if you just spend a bit of time looking at it, what type of text do you think this is? Okay, does anyone want to share what type of text they think it might be?
An article. I just trying.
So it's got some of the features of an article, but there is some information that shows us it's something different. So if we look at this information here at the bottom, Bruna Surfishtina, the little surfer girl, rating 12, country of origin Brazil, 2011. So what is this art? What is this text about?
A review.
It's a review. It's about a film. So if it's information about a film, I mean, I guess a review is a type of article, but it's an article that will give us someone's opinion about something like a book, a film, and so on, a concert, the one that we just looked at. So that the fact that it's got information about the film, the year of production, and the age rating, that gives us a clue it's going to be a review. But you're right, it does have some features of an article, but this one is actually a review. So let's have a look at the order it should be in. So we've got a heading in bold at the top, and then we've got some additional information: the title, age, rating, and where the country it was produced in the year. Then we've got a short paragraph telling us about the film, and then finally, it doesn't give an out of 5 or 10 rating, but it tells us what they think. So they would recommend it. And then again, we've got some additional information of when we can go and see it ourselves. Okay, so that one is a review. So what, if you look at the features here, what type of text is this one? Obviously they're all mixed up at the moment, but what type of text? We've got some big clues of what type of text it is here.
It's a manual.
The manual.
Well done. It's manual, and the type of manual is a recipe.
Recipe.
So what should go at the top in this recipe?
Ingredient.
Ingredients.
Even before the ingredients.
The funnel wages
Good.
with
But the
Yeah.
title.
the
So
title.
bold to help us. But the title would go first, then the ingredients, like you said. So there's our list of ingredients on the left-hand side, and the title ingredients would be above, and then we'd have the method. So often the method or the instructions will be numbered steps, so 1 or step 1, step 2, and so on, but not always. But there we go, there's the features we can see there of a recipe. Okay, so this one, bit more reading to do. I'll just give you a couple of minutes to have a look at that and think about what order these this should go in. Okay, does anyone want to tell us what should go first?
The title.
The title, so that's the part in bold. Chinese New Year, a huge success in Manchester. And which paragraph do you think would go under the title, would go first?
I would say the last paragraph.
Yes, yeah, you're right. So it's giving a bit of a summary, isn't it?
Summary.
Of or a bit of information about what this text is about. So a bit of a description of the event. Over 250,000 people turning out to celebrate the event, and so on. We've also got some subheadings. So which subheading do you think would come next?
Out of Paradise.
Good. Yes, I would agree. Out on Parade.
After Parade, sorry.
Yeah. And then the paragraph about that. So let's have a look at there we go. The finished article, or the article in the right order. So we've got the title and that first paragraph, and then we've got subheadings, and under each subheading we've got some information. So what type of text is this one?
Review.
So it's not a review, this one. So it's not got lots of opinions about it's really good. I highly recommend this event. So it's not a review.
Article.
An article, good. So we could imagine this being on a local website or a local newspaper telling us about this Chinese New Year event in Manchester. Okay, well done. Does anyone have any questions? So what you need to do is make sure you're aware of the different features, so that when you're doing your writing assessment and you are given the instructions of what you need to write, that you include those features. You will have paper available and so on to make notes. So if you know the features, you could quickly jot those down once you know what the assessment's asking you to do. And as you're writing, you can just maybe tick them off, make sure you've included them, just to show the assessor that you know all of those features that should be included, so that you can write those text types and you can recognise them as well. If you log into your Moodle account, you should be able to see some tasks to do following on from today's session. So if you log in, you can practice. It's always good to just keep practicing these writing skills and just embed them really, so that you know, they just come as second nature. Then the more you practice, the better you will get. So yeah, just log in and have a go at those at some point during the week. And if there aren't any questions, then we'll finish for today. Shorter session today than normal. Okay, so thank you very much for your contributions, and I look forward to speaking with you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.